What is choking? Not every misplay in a competition is choking. Choking is getting in your own head to the point where you fail to execute standard moves. This is my definition, of course, and everybody uses the term differently. Choking is a purely mental root cause with physical consequences or symptoms. This might be a racing heartbeat, sweaty palms, or shaking on your body. What is a choker? Everybody and no one? Since it's 100% mental, everyone can become one. Many of the best clutches used to be chokers, in fact. Once you've found a way that works for you, you are freed from the burden of choking. Being clutch, though, doesn't mean never choking. Choking once doesn't mean that you aren't clutch. Think about what that means. Even the best of the best players, sometimes in the heat of the moment, mess up a move. That doesn't mean that you can't still come around and carry the game for your team. There's a middle ground between choking and clutch. Some people just perform well no matter the stage they put on. They might not carry the game for their team, but they just do their job. These might be performers. Other people struggle routinely under big pressure and choke, if you will so. And then there's people that just always seem to rise to the occasion, and these are the clutches. But, and this is the key distinction between these three people, these three types of people can be the same person. The distinction between them is rather fluid, and since it's all just in your mind, these borders are very easy to break if you found a way that works for you. Look at these couple of NBA players and think about whether or not you can learn a thing or two from their stories. Karl Malone in the 1997 NBA Finals. Karl Malone is one of the players known best for his consistency and day in, day out ability to perform and put up numbers for his team. He's not a choker, he's known for always delivering, but he choked in one crucial moment. In the 97 NBA Finals, with the game on the line, towards the end of the game, he had 2 free throws from the line. 2 free throws that he in any other game probably would have made with closed eyes. But in this one moment, after being trash talked by Scottie Pippen famously, he misses both his free throws. This can be anyone. No matter how consistent a performer you are, sometimes you will just slip up under pressure, and that's okay. We remember Karl Malone no less for his greatness in his play, albeit him lacking an NBA championship. Dirk Nowitzki, 2011 NBA Finals. Dirk Nowitzki in these NBA Finals was not dominant. He had stretches in games where he didn't shoot well, and that goes for pretty much any player in any game, but crucially, he made the shots that mattered and had great numbers in the fourth quarters of this series. Similarly, Quick getting 12 kills in a game of Battlebox still has rounds without any kills, and some rounds where he even just dies. And that's okay, he can still end up carrying the round and be the hero in the end. Michael Jordan, the flu game in the 1997 NBA Finals. In these finals, Michael Jordan did not look good early on. It was known that he had a sickness, some said it was the flu, prohibiting him from playing his best game. And it didn't look good for him early on. He didn't play well, he didn't make the shots he'd usually make, but crucially towards the end, he pulled himself together, wins the game in the fourth quarter and hits the game-winning shot. Similarly, Dream might miss his first 5 shots in dodgeball, but it's his final eliminations to win the game that stick in the viewers' minds. And that's why he's remembered as a clutch player. Both these guys, they win their teams the game when it most matters, but both of them, throughout the game, have slip-ups and have shots that they usually make, but sometimes just miss. What you need to know about choking. Being aware of stereotypes makes you follow them. In 1999, a group of scientists conducted a study on men and women performing in arithmetic. The men and women were divided into 2 groups. One group were told that men and women performed equally as good in these tests. The second group was told that women tended to perform worse in these types of tests. Now, what do you think the scientists found out after comparing the results? The group of people that were told in advance that both genders performed equally as good in these type of tests ended up performing equally as good. But in the group where they were told that women tended to perform worse in these types of tests, the women in fact ended up performing worse. Realize that being a choker is all in your mind, just like a stereotype. And if you really believe you're gonna fall short in the moment that it matters most, you probably will. But if you realize that it's really just a stereotype in your mind that you hold against yourself, you can still overcome it, and you can still end up rising to the occasion no matter the history. You want to practice as close to showtime conditions as possible, but you can't overcome choking in practice. Choking is only behind you once facing the fear of failure has become a habit. Only after doing so a couple of times successfully in tournaments, in the competition, you will truly feel freed from the burden, although you will still have fear or nervousness before almost every event. But you will be able to overcome it once you've done it in a way that works for you. The best clutchers channel their anxiety positively. Clutchers also do get nervous and/or are scared of failing. The distinction is that they accept that this feeling will be ever present as long as you care about the competition. Anything that helps you focus on why you should succeed instead of why you should fail can be powerful. Try to always view things through this perspective, for competition or just for life. Now, how do you need to act in the competition? First of all, treat competition like practice. The difference is really only in your mind. It's the same game, the same mechanics, the same moves. Keep following routines. If you know you're good enough, you don't need to do anything special. Your skills are what brought you here, and they will also help you out of here. Fighting the nerves is arguing with an idiot. You cannot win. This is the most important point of this presentation. Compare this to meditation. Many people think meditation is manually trying not to think. This is impossible. Instead, you do exercises to achieve a certain state of mind. Likewise with choking, you can't force the fear away. Instead, accept that it will remain. Don't be like, okay, Fruitberries, don't be nervous, calm down. Instead think, yes, I am fucking nervous right now, but I'm also the best player in this event, so let's go crush this round. Try and go into autopilot. Don't think about your actions, just like in practice. Ergo, avoid paralysis by analysis. Talk positively to yourself. You don't need to be rational here. Figure out what gets you to believe in yourself and tell it to yourself whenever you miss a beat. Recover quickly from fuck-ups during the game. Don't be Karl Malone, missing the second free throw just because you missed the first one. Be like Dirk Nowitzki, who missed 4 3-pointers and still pulls up for the game-winning 5th one. When I personally parkour sometimes, I start thinking about why I missed a jump right after I missed it. Don't do that. It will only inhibit your ability to land the next subsequent jumps. Final words to you, Fruitberries. You might go into the next tournament and dominate, clutch it out. It might take you 1, 2, or 3 events before you overcome your symptoms. Remember, overcoming choking doesn't mean not having fear or being nervous anymore. It means accepting the responsibility that comes with your skill and performing regardless of the sweat on your hands, the pounding heart, and the fear of failure.